From July 21st to the 24th, a proud contingent of 200 Canadian soldiers will participate in the 160-kilometer march to the town of Nijmegen in Holland. The send-off of this annual international event is held at the National War Museum in Ottawa, Canada. It won't be easy, but then these are Canadian soldiers.
This march is held every year in Nijmegen, and the first march was in 1909. It was originally set up to train military soldiers for fitness and get them ready for battle. And it had a few years that they didn't get to hold it, so this year will be the 99th edition of the Nijmegen March. It has since grown to an immense event, and there'll be about 5,000 military and over 45,000 civilians walking the original march routes.
Please remain standing for the arrival of the Chief of Defense Staff and today's reviewing officer, General Tom Lawson.
Ladies and gentlemen, indeed, this is no ordinary march. Stops along the route will include the awe-inspiring Vimy Memorial in France, a poignant ceremony at Menin Gate in Ypres to honor the unnamed soldier.
Representing the people of Holland and the Embassy of the Netherlands, Ambassador Kole.
Well, this is always a great event. It is an annual event, but I would say that the participation of the Canadian Army at the Nijmegen March is one of the, I would say, cornerstones of our bilateral relation. It makes it visible how close we are, the most natural of allies.
While covering this story, we realized its importance to Canada and to the Canadian Armed Forces.
Colonel Stevens, Contingent Commander of Nijmegen, how are you feeling about this year's contingent going to Nijmegen?
I am truly honored to be the contingent commander. I have to keep pinching myself to make sure that it's real. And I think the contingent is definitely ready to go. I've been getting sit reps from all of the teams as they've been training over their 800 to 900 kilometers of training for the last 4.5 months. And as we saw today, everybody is extremely excited and definitely prepared. And I think when they get to Holland and they are greeted by our Dutch hosts, I think they are just going to soar to the heavens.
Well, I've done it myself when I was 22 as a military cadet. It's very, very tough. When you start, you know it's going to be tough, but those long roads you walk, it's almost if it's not ending, and then 4 days in a row, everything at a certain point is hurting. So you really have to be not only physically fit, but also mentally fit to get this done.
During the 4 days of marching, the contingent will walk the same terrain where many Canadians fell in battle.
To me, it represents both the past and the present and the future. The past, of course, because of the link with the Netherlands that Canada experienced 1944 and 1945 when the Canadian military liberated the Netherlands, and we've never forgotten that, nor have the Dutch ever forgotten it. So that link is very important. But in terms of today, we see young people serving uniform today who, in the same tradition that was so successful in the liberation of the Netherlands, exists in the Canadian Armed Forces today in terms of physical fitness, determination, esprit de corps, and all of the things that we saw in the ceremony here today.
It's quite enjoyable today. It's I don't know how many we've seen, but they're all really quite thrilling.
Yes, and no matter how many you see, it's all very emotional.
The annual march to Nijmegen, a moment in history, and Canada will be there.